Your eye color is not just a physical trait. It is a biological record of thousands of years of survival, migration, and evolution. And science has only recently begun to understand what it is really telling us. What color are yours? Eye color is controlled by melanin, the same pigment behind your skin and hair, but it does far more than give color. It connects to your nervous system, your pain tolerance, your UV protection, and your evolutionary past. Every eye color carries a different story. Let's go through each one. Brown eyes. Brown eyes are the original human eye color. For most of our history, every person on Earth had them. The deep tone comes from high melanin concentration, which absorbs up to 90% of UV radiation before it can damage the sensitive tissue inside your eye. For early humans living under intense equatorial sun, this was a survival tool, not a cosmetic trait. Today, nearly 79% of all people on Earth still have brown eyes, with the highest concentrations in populations closest to the equator, where UV pressure has always been greatest. Research also shows that higher melanin levels correlate with measurably higher pain tolerance, because melanin interacts with the same neurological pathways that regulate how intensely the brain registers pain. Blue eyes. Every person alive with blue eyes shares one common ancestor, a single individual near the Black Sea between 6,000 and 10,000 years ago, whose mutation switched off melanin production in the iris. Before that moment, blue eyes did not exist anywhere on Earth. And here's what most people never know. Blue eyes contain no blue pigment at all. The color is pure physics. Light scattering through a nearly transparent iris, bouncing back the same way the sky appears blue. This mutation spread from one person to 70 to 95% of Northern Europe in just a few thousand years, driven by theories of better low-light vision during long winters and powerful sexual selection, because the color was so rare and striking. Gray eyes. Gray eyes are found in less than 3% of people worldwide and contain even less melanin than blue eyes, scattering light across a broader range of wavelengths to produce that distinctive steel or silver tone. Researchers believe they evolved as an extreme low-light adaptation in Northern Europe, where maximum light sensitivity was a real survival advantage during months of overcast skies and scarce sunlight. With almost no melanin filtering incoming light, gray eyes allow the maximum number of photons to reach the retina, a meaningful, functional edge in environments where available light directly influence survival. Their low color variation makes them emotionally harder to read, which may explain why gray eyes have been consistently associated across cultures with quiet intelligence and emotional control. Unlike blue eyes that can appear warm or bright, gray eyes maintain a cool, neutral tone that some find difficult to interpret, and that neutrality itself may carry subtle social advantages in certain contexts. The significant trade-off is UV vulnerability, with almost no melanin to filter incoming radiation and a meaningfully elevated risk of long-term eye damage from sun exposure. Green eyes. Only 2% of the global population has green eyes, making them the rarest common eye color on Earth. They require multiple genes working in precise balance. Too much melanin and they become brown, too little and they become blue. Green exists only within a narrow window where moderate melanin combines with a yellow pigment called lipochrome. Even then, the color can shift from deep forest green to golden green to near blue-gray, depending on lighting and surroundings. This dynamic quality made green eyes a focal point of folklore for centuries, often linked to mystery and intuition across different cultures. From an evolutionary standpoint, their moderate melanin may have been adaptive in temperate environments, offering some UV protection while maintaining higher light sensitivity than fully brown eyes. Today, they remain most concentrated in Northern and Western European populations, standing out as one of the clearest geographic eye color signatures. Hazel eyes. Hazel eyes genuinely shift in appearance, not as a simple illusion, but because of uneven melanin distribution across different zones of the iris. As lighting changes, pupils expand or contract, and surrounding colors influence reflected light, different pigment areas become more dominant, making the same eyes appear green in one setting and brown or golden in another. About 5% of the global population has hazel eyes, most commonly among people of European and Middle Eastern ancestry, especially in families with mixed eye color backgrounds. From an evolutionary perspective, hazel sits at a midpoint on the melanin spectrum, offering solid UV protection while maintaining greater light sensitivity than fully brown eyes, a balance suited to environments with variable seasonal sunlight. No two hazel irises share identical pigment patterns, making each pair uniquely distributed and visually dynamic, which likely explains why hazel eyes have long been described as mysterious and emotionally expressive, in a way few other eye colors match. Amber eye. Amber eyes are found in less than 5% of people and are almost always mistaken for light brown or hazel, but they are a completely distinct category. Instead of melanin, amber eyes are dominated by a yellow pigment called lipochrome, producing a solid, golden copper tone that stays richly consistent under all lighting conditions, unlike hazel, which constantly shifts. This same golden amber coloration appears in the eyes of apex predators, wolves, eagles, and owls. And research suggests humans may subconsciously associate it with alertness and intensity. Studies consistently find amber-eyed individuals are rated as more commanding on first impression across multiple independent research groups. Black eyes. True black eyes do not exist. What appears black is an extreme concentration of dark brown melanin so densely packed that the iris absorbs almost all incoming light and reflects virtually none. At this saturation level, the eye becomes the most powerful natural UV filter human biology produces. Black eyes are most common in populations from sub-Saharan Africa, South Asia, and Southeast Asia, exactly the regions of highest UV radiation on Earth. And their distribution is a direct signature of natural selection, preserving maximum melanin where it was needed most. The dense melanin also masks subtle pupil dilation, changes that signal emotion, which is why black eyes have been associated across cultures with depth, mystery, and quiet power. Heterochromia, having two different eye colors or visible variation within one iris, affects less than 1% of the global population. It occurs when melanin distribution is disrupted during fetal development through a minor genetic mutation or a process called mosaicism, where two genetically distinct cell lines develop in the same body. In most cases, it is completely harmless. What is remarkable is that entirely separate civilizations, Greek, Norse, Central Asian, and multiple indigenous cultures, your eye color is not decoration. It is the biological result of tens of thousands of years of survival. Every environment your ancestors adapted to, every threat their bodies learned to handle. Whatever color you carry, you are seeing the end result of an unbroken chain of survival stretching back further than civilization itself. What eye color do you have? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one.